And welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Locker Room with Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Alpeliohai, your football host, and of course, we're bringing you the ultimate showdown in today's episode. It is the clash of the Titans as Manchester City goes head-to-head with Real Madrid in a battle for European supremacy. Alright, will City rise to the occasion, or will Madrid's legacy shine through once again? Joining me today are Ikechukwu and Maiwa, here to break down all the tactics, drama, and predictions for this epic clash. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never get to miss the action. Alright, Ikechukwu, how excited are you about Manchester City versus Real Madrid tonight?
First of all, good evening, Jerry.
Yeah.
And, good evening, our viewers. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting one. It has always lived up to that expectation. So the both sides are attacking side, and they've met. I think this should be the fourth year running. You know, they've been meeting in the Champions League. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very interesting one again. I mean, last season Madrid got the better of them, and then of course they won the Champions League. This season, Man City might be also looking at doing the needful, winning this particular tie. I mean, it's a week of football. A lot has happened, yesterday and today, the FA Cup draws and Champions League. And I must say that looking at these two, teams, these two heavyweights, in Europe, the both managers are actually going through a lot at this point. Madrid, trying to come into this particular game with a makeshift defense, and Manchester City, on the other hand, trying to actually lift the mental block they're actually dealing with. They've been struggling since, I think I should say, beginning of the season after Rodri left, but a lot of persons felt it was Rodri. But then, Pep Guardiola divorce and so many things in between, plus the squad is aging and all of that. I mean, Jerry, it's going to be a very big game, I must say, tonight. A very big one. And if you ask me who's going to take it, I just don't know. My head is saying Madrid and my heart is saying Manchester City.
Yeah, due to the fact that these teams have not been consistent or recent in terms of their form, have been poor. Madrid is also having an aging defense. Let's not forget, Rudiger is also aging. He doesn't heal quite fast like it used to be when he was quite younger. Alaba came back from injury, still not the Alaba we used to know. Vasquez is out for the season, and they have to make do with sometimes Tchouaméni playing in defense, which is unusual. And of course, it only looks like Mendy, and of course, a trick they cannot make a first. So that defense lineup for Real Madrid is totally in shambles. And of course, in their last 2-3 games, I think they lost to Espanyol before playing out the draw against Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby. So a lot to look forward to. But for Manchester City, definitely the rot has started, and you cannot throw away the issues of Pep Guardiola's personal problems going into a divorce. It's quite messy for someone who you have spent so many years with. Stanley says that she's tired, that she wants to leave, and her complaint was that he's focused so much on football, everything football. And you married him as a footballer. What were you expecting? It shows you that the man is passionate about his football. But anyway, the woman will always ask for more. Oliver Twist, they say. Okay, and Maiwa hopefully is with us. Maiwa, it's great to have you join us once again on this auspicious day when we talk to UEFA Champions League.
It's always amazing to be here. It's a day that we know who joins the likes of Liverpool in the next stage of the competition. A whole lot of heavy hitters playing today. There's the inconsistent Paris Saint-Germain trying to see if they can redeem themselves. A whole lot of games to talk about, but in any case, it's always a good Tuesday to talk football. Thank you for having me, Jerry.
All right, it's great to have you. Okay, let's hit the ground running from the home front, where it's been all topsy-turvy as far as the Super Eagles list for the World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe is concerned. And the latest has it that the Nigerian Football Federation says any decision by the head coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Rachel, to include Ahmed Musa in the list of players for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers is solely down to the coach. And Chel will, in the coming days, submit the list of players for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, respectively, in the month of March. And the coach is expected back in Nigeria this week. And of course, it was in the news yesterday that the coach is considering handing a call-up to captain of 10 of the of the team. Talking about Ahmed Musa, who is presently playing for Nigerian Premier League side Kano Pillars. He hasn't been involved since playing no role at the AFCON. Musa rejected reports that he has retired from international football, saying he is still available if called up, and Chelsea is said to be considering his inclusion based on his experience ahead of the crucial games which could decide their qualification for the 2026 World Cup. I think if the NFF is saying they have no hand in the talk about Ahmed Musa, I definitely would want to disagree with that, because that's PRO statement. But if Eric Chell is deciding that he has looked at everything and feels like he needs an Ahmed Musa, maybe because the fact that he has heard good things, that he somehow commands respect, and the fact that he is able to rally the players and give them the morale booster, and he feels that is what he needs in the team, I think it's not a bad idea. But it should not be pushed down his throat. He can be told about the idea. If he buys it and feels he needs it, fine. But if he doesn't buy into it, nobody should force it down him, because it will not be good for him to start a very important auto qualifier with divided attention, divided mind, and politics already at play.
How the first question is, how are we going to know if the coach actually wants it? Exactly the point.
Unless we are magicians.
So the first time I saw this statement from the NFF, I just started laughing. I was laughing because I know that something is amiss. How can you overnight come out and say, it's just like I come into your house and I say, Jerry, please, that your umbrella that's always behind your door, please borrow me, I want to use it. And then inside your house, you are telling me, Ikechuko, I don't know who took it. Or I don't know where it is. Inside your house. I mean, the first question you should be asking is, even if it's not there, you should be asking, who took this umbrella from here? From in your house, right? Now, Eric Shells coming to the Super Eagles team. The first thing you will look at is the number of players that actually played the last AFCON, because that's our last engagement. You will also look at the number of players that actually played or featured in our qualifier series going to the Nations Cup. Ahmed Musa is not there. So what level of rallying are we talking about? What level of morale booster are we looking at that he's bringing to the team that the team does not already have? So the question is, what exactly is the NFF defending at this point? Like you rightly said, it's obviously a PR statement. And I must say one thing again. The NFF has always shown consistently that they really do not know how to communicate. See, it is simple. We all know naturally the right thing to do is to give a coach the free hand to actually run his team. This is the prerogative of the coach to actually choose who he wants to feature or not. But then when you come out and start saying this, it's because people have been saying, why are you trying to impose somebody on this new manager? If you want him to excel, if you want him to succeed, give him the free hand. If he wants Musa, like you said, he will bring him. But why will he want Ahmed Musa? Like, no coach today will walk into the Super Eagles dressing room and look at the list of players available and he will think about Ahmed Musa. The first age is not on his side. He's not playing in any top leagues in Europe. In the Nigerian Professional Football League, Kano Pillars is not a heavyweight at this point. So what exactly is going to be the criteria for inviting? If we want to invite Ahmed Musa, let's also invite Brown there, so that we'll know we are actually going back to look for our tired legs.
I think we should be very careful. Then definitely everybody has their own opinion. And if we were to look at it that way, that means Cristiano Ronaldo should not be invited to the Portuguese national team. That means players like Olivier Giroud should not be invited to the French national team. But that being said,
no, we are discussing pedigree. Cristiano Ronaldo.
What about Pepe? Pepe was still at the last Euros at that age, alongside Ronaldo.
Which club side?
Even Patrick Kluivert went with Paraguay to
these guys, Cristiano Ronaldo, until last year that he moved to Saudi Arabia. I mean, we should not even be discussing Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Oh,
okay, let's discuss Pepe. Where is Pepe playing his football?
Even Nonda was still going to World Cup in his late middle 30s.
Who?
Japan. Shabani Nonda. Was it Shabani? No, not Nonda. Honda here.
See, come on.
Okay.
Come on. We should not. Okay, so let's even see that as bad example. Are we supposed to follow bad example?
Is it a bad example?
This is exactly a bad. We are in a precarious situation. We don't need a tired. See.
No, for instance, let's talk about the Nations Cup.
We need a competitive squad.
For the Nations Cup, competitiveness was not an issue in terms of the attack. We didn't need Ahmed Musa being on the pitch to play football. You get. And there was even a time Joseph Yobo was no longer starting, but he was being invited just because of the fact that a lot of players respect him. You know, more like a senior man figure. And
when was this time that Joseph Yobo was not really playing and he was being invited? Joseph Yobo last played for the Super Eagles after the at the AFCON 2013. That was when he retired. Yeah. So before that time, he was still playing.
No, there was sometimes they just invited him because they just wanted to invite him.
No. As at 2013, Joseph Yobo was our leading centre back. It was after our first game in that Nations Cup, I think it was against Zambia, that the big boss decided to drop him on the bench and bring in Godfrey Obabuna and then and push the what's his name, Kenneth Tomorrow, also in the mix. We cannot continue to follow bad example.
What's bad example?
You can see
if for instance, the technical department, let me tell you, you can have a pool of young players. There's nothing wrong in bringing experienced players to be
exactly an experienced player that is still playing active and consistently in the top league. Or see, let's even look at the Nigerian league is not even a is Nigerian league a major league in Africa today? Let's be very honest.
No, it's a competitive league.
Is it a major? Okay,
it doesn't have to be in the major
fine.
league.
Now let's talk about the top teams
league
in Nigerian league. Is Kano Pillars among today as of today?
Kano Pillars is still a top side. Whether I like it or not. No
top
team,
four.
No,
top
it
four.
doesn't have to be in top four.
Exactly.
Just okay. Manchester United is playing on number 13 position. Does it mean that if Real Madrid wakes up in the morning and say they will beat Manchester United without any competition, without any stress? No, that is how football is. There are some traditional sides. Kano Pillars, with all due respect, they may not be performing well this season. Any team that wants to play them, even last season, they may not be doing well right now. But that does not mean that any NPFL side will disrespect them going into anything against Kano Pillars.
See, if we are picking a player from the home front, that's why I actually looked at Kano Pillars. Now, I'm saying, if we are picking a player from the home front, exactly, you're picking from the home front.
There's a difference.
Play the congregation.
See, it's not about complaining. Anyway, let's keep setting it aside. Mariwa, how do you look at it? Forcing the coach to pick an Ahmed Musa, but if he feels he needs him, fine and good, but if he says he doesn't need him, there's nothing they can do about it.
Simple. In Yoruba language, they call something, there's a picking up goats and playing with them. Obviously, you want to steal the goats. There's no two way about it. The bottom line is this. The reason why they are coming out to make this statement is because there is something fishy. If there is nothing fishy, why are they quick to start jumping that we are not involved in this picking of teams and the rest of that? We all know it's a lie. I will not be surprised if we see Tanimu make a return. Somebody in the NFF, in the glass house, is doing something funny, and that's the reason why Ahmed Musa will be part of this particular team. Mikechukwu made a very valid point, which is, which any logical coach that is coming in this precarious situation will look at. Who are the players that are playing regularly? Ahmed Musa did not play 1 minute in the Nations Cup. Ahmed Musa has not played any minute in any of the qualifier, whether Nations Cup qualifier, whether World Cup qualifier. Why is Ahmed Musa making the national team at this particular point in time? We have said it consistently here that players like Ian Acho, Tanimu, and the rest of them, Sadiq Kumar, should not be making the team because they are not playing regularly, because they are not even in form. Ahmed Musa that has had no participation, in any, I will not call him a tired leg, but as far as the national team is concerned, he doesn't have any, any contribution in court now. Yes, his experience, they might invite him to the camp and be part of the camp. You are taking away that spot for a player that will be able to assist us, for a player that will be able to do anything, that will be able to get us to the next level. For every Ahmed Musa you bring in or every Tanimu you bring in, you are taking a slot away from people who are actually playing and who are actually doing well, and people who are begin to play their politics. I hope, for the sake of Nigeria and for the sake of our qualification, I hope they are not the one influencing this list. When the final list come out, that's when we'll see. But I can bet it with you, the way this press release came out, the way this, the bad job they did in this their PR, the way it came out, you can be rest assured that some players, some unknown players will make it into the 31-man list. and it doesn't make any logical sense. We need to do better. This is not the time, to be rewarding players with slot or to be rewarding some kind of loyalty or whatever it is. We need players that are active. We need players that can deliver results because we are in crunch time at the moment, and we need to deliver results. If we want to have any chance of qualifying, we need to win all our games. Ahmed Musa being invited is not an indication of our seriousness to win any game. They can invite him, let him be in the background, but not let him be on the team list. It doesn't make any logical sense.
Okay. I will want to rest my case and allow our viewers to tell us what they think about any thoughts of including Ahmed Musa in the lineup, or maybe talking about in the team ahead of the double qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Okay, it's now left for you. And of course, we will continue to say appreciate talking about your comments on the comment section. We see those comments and we appreciate them. And of course, yesterday was very hilarious. And even the one for Friday, it has been blowing left, right, and center. We see those comments, we appreciate them. And of course, keep the love. And you can also call in via the WhatsApp line live while we're here at the moment. So if you cannot join us live, you can also watch and of course drop your comments. We see those comments, we take some bit of advice and of course how to serve you better. Okay, let's talk about the coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Rachel, has taken the first steps towards handing a recall to the English Premier League duo of Paul Onacho and Joe Aribo. Chell, who replaced interim coach Austin Agwavon 2 months ago, will have his first test with the team when they take on Rwanda, and we hear that Paul Onacho and Joe Aribo might be in his plans. And of course, he met with the Southampton duo of Joe Aribo and Paul Onacho, 2 players who have not been part of the setup for a while. He told them that they are in his plans for the upcoming games, where he is optimistic that they will pick up the maximum points on offer. All right, and both players have been present for new coach Ivan Juric as the team battle to keep their Premier League status following promotion from the Championship. Okay, it's good for him to have an open door policy to give every player an opportunity to prove themselves until they prove the otherwise. But if history will serve me right, Joe Aribo has been off and on in terms of his form. For Paul Onacho, he might be doing well when he was in Belgium. That's old story. But we all saw him. It's part of the reason why we are here. Against Benin Republic, he failed to stoop to conquer. And I have my reservations, which Mariwa knows, about inviting Paul Onacho. It's almost, I think even Victor Williams is a better invitation than Paul Onacho now, because he has been given several opportunities. He has failed to deliver. I don't know, maybe we might disagree and say that he should be invited and maybe start in those cases.
I quite agree with you on the case of Paul Onacho, and the way he actually has been, he has actually turned up for the Super Eagles over his call. But then I look at the coach and I understand what he's trying to do. No manager wants to be in the bad book of the players. He wants to give them the opportunity to actually come and show themselves. And again, every coach has their own style. And when a new coach walks into a new team, the first thing he look at is the kind of players that will fit into his tactical approach or into his tactical plan. Now, if you look at the likes of Joe Aribo, and this is why I'm not surprised about Joe Aribo being invited, or looking at or Eric Chell looking the way of Joe Aribo, is the fact that Joe Aribo might not have all the creativity, but you must give it to him when it comes to a player who is a workaholic in the middle of the park. And I want to believe that that's the kind of players that fit the style of this manager. If you look at his Malian side, right, we used Bissouma and the likes in the last AFCON. You notice one thing is prominent about that team. They are very good at ball recovery, winning second balls, and also and a team that must dictate the pace of play, a team that must dictate how a game will have to actually go. Okay. It's a team that must win balls all of the time. And looking at our midfielders, apart from Wilfred Ndidi, that's also beginning that has the mandate to actually win balls, and Frank Onyeka, who actually did a yeoman job in the last AFCON. We really do not have ball winners. The likes of Iwobi, they are not ball winners. So we need someone who can actually play and also win balls. And that's where the likes of Joe Aribo comes in. Though I want to believe it's really going to be a very big part of the Eric Chell's plan.
Okay, and let's go back to our caller who is calling us right now, talking about, we understand that Taurid is back again with us. He's a regular all the way from Chicago, the United States of America. Great to have you once again, Taurid.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. My name is Taurid. I mean, I want to give you guys thumb up for what you guys are doing.
Thank you very much.
I have a little bit shipping on by calling Ahmed Musa back to the team.
Okay.
I don't think anything's wrong by calling him back, because number one, he has an experience. He's an experienced player. He's somebody that he can in Yoruba language they call it Ogbanje. It's somebody like that he can do and do anytime, any day.
Yeah.
So I mean, by giving him chance, I think it's a good welcoming. It might need him now. I can't answer the question. I can't say yes. I can't say no, because the reason why people will say, oh, because he's playing Nigeria, I don't think it's matter. If you guys, if they're giving chance to the people in the NFL, I mean, there's nothing wrong by giving him chance too. It's depending on the coach. It's depending on the information that coach want to play. Look at the people that we want to play against. Majority of them is home base. It's home base player. We are the one that have 90%. Look at South Africa. We're playing against people. Most of them are playing in South Africa. Some of them, maybe 2 guys or 3 guys playing outside. I'm hearing myself. Hello.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, so I mean, just 3 of them are playing at local league, but they don't even at outside the country. By mixing everybody up, I think Ahmed Musa is welcoming to me. I don't know somebody, because he's doing well in the league. He's doing well. He's playing week in, week out, scoring goals. I mean, and then these people that we are talking about, our professional, is their captain. He's playing with them before. So I don't think anything wrong by calling Ahmed Musa back to the team. That's my take. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Taurid. Mario has a different opinion. Taurid says there's nothing wrong, and Ikechukwu feels that we should move on from the past. Anyway, he's not yet an ancestor. You guys should calm down. But sometimes we need libation. There's some people who can pray with libation. Why some are praying the Christian way, the Muslim way? Somebody will bring in libation, and of course we know that he's a very good Muslim. And you guys should calm down. Take it easy.
But the thing is this. I mean, he can be part of the team, but not an active part. We don't want him on the bench. He can be part of the team, be part of the dressing room, be part of the backroom staff in court now. Support the guys from the back, help them with his experience. His experience is very, very key. I mean, I hope I did not get what I was saying wrong. I mean, like I said, they can invite him, be part of the team, but not listed as a player, because if they list him, he's not going to feature. It's just a waste of. It will not be useful for us in court now. God forbid the game goes the other way, and we need somebody to come in from the bench to be able to do the job. Would Eric Chell feel that Ahmed Musa, that has not played any minutes for us in the last 10, 11 games that Nigeria has played? No, I don't think so, because you want to bring in people who have been trusted in this kind of situation. So that's the reason why I said he can be part of the team, but not an active member, on the bench, because putting him there will probably take away a whole lot from him. Then switching to, Joe Aribo and Paul Onachu. I mean, I remember I was one of those that defended Paul Onachu from Jerry. I know Jerry had a whole lot of reservation, and I was one of those that stuck my neck out for Paul Onachu against Benin Republic. After the show, I was talking about how Paul Onachu was going to perform in that particular game. Paul Onachu disappointed me, and he didn't give a good account of himself. And he has gotten some opportunities to be able to do something for Nigeria, and he has not been able to do it. Yes, he was instrumental. Him and Joe Aribo, they were instrumental in Southampton winning their first away game under their new manager, which was very impressive. Joe Aribo showed the reason why, he's rated one of the good players. However, his consistency has always been the issue. on a good day, on a day Joe Aribo will play well, Joe Aribo will be exceptional. On a day Joe Aribo will turn off, you will not even see him. I mean, yes, his featuring has been limited with Southampton. He has not been getting the best of time. But since the new manager came, I think he has been playing now. I hope probably, he might be able to transform the same form, he showed in their last match that gave them the victory. I hope he's able to bring that to the national team because, I mean, like Ikechukwu rightly said, anytime Joe Aribo turns up, he's always chasing the second ball and he's always very active in terms of winning the ball back. And like Ikechukwu rightly said again, if you want to win or dominate any game, you need to be able to win the balls back quickly when you lose them. That's you keeping possession. And when you keep possession, you'll be able to do whatever you want, be able to dictate the pace of the game. And Joe Aribo might be critical for us doing that. So for me, yes, and I said they should give Joe Aribo a chance. But for Paul Onachu, if we are criticizing a Victor Boniface for not doing well for the national team of Nigeria, I don't think a Paul Onachu has quoted himself in the glory to be able to play for Nigeria at the moment.
Okay, it seems like we have another caller who is ready to join us. Okay, the more the merrier. Let's take this one before we move to the Champions League. Hello, you're welcome to Locker Room.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, it's good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
My name is Abe and I'm calling from Manchester, United Kingdom.
Okay, from Manchester United. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, please, I would like to contribute to your discussion regarding Ahmed Musa.
Yes, go ahead.
I was actually surprised when I heard Ahmed Musa was included in the 31-man list. Why? What has he got to offer again at that age? I expect this guy to have retired from national team. I don't, because we need young players that are strong enough to play for that team. Why wasting slots? I don't know why NFF are doing this. Because to me, I believe it's this quota system problem. That I want Hausa to be there, I want Igbo to be there. It does that matter. What we need, it's people that are ready to play good football for Nigeria. Because these games we are playing in March, they are not games we can toy with. Any little mistake and that is it. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. And I said it from the beginning. I said I doubt if Nigeria will qualify for World Cup. I don't know why I said that. And I told there's a guy that worked with Fresh FM. I'm sorry for bringing other station onto your program. Okay. I told him, I said, listen, I doubt if Nigeria will qualify because the way Pasero fucked things up. Pardon my language. Okay. Pasero messed things up from the beginning. For not beating Lesotho, whitewash Lesotho in Nigeria. Sorry, excuse me. For not beating Lesotho like a baby in Nigeria. It's a big shame to Nigeria. I swear down.
I agree with you.
I swear down.
Yeah.
Even Benin will beat Lesotho. Mark my word. For Nigeria to mess up with Lesotho, playing draw with Lesotho at home, and what is it called? Pasero. I don't know. Pasero was chased out from Venezuela. You see, if Nigeria continue like this with this politics we are playing with our football, my brothers, we are done. We are done. I know the era of Rashidi Yekini and the rest. I know what I expect when I'm watching Nigeria playing. I expect them to bring out the vibes back in the 90s. But nothing like that.
Very
everything is gone. My brother, God bless you guys. Continue with your show.
All right, God
Thank
bless
you.
Ade, all the way
All right,
from
bro.
Manchester.
Thank you.
Okay, you have Manchester United fans here.
Yeah, I'm at City. We are citizens. Citizens for life.
Okay.
Very good. You are safe. Your heart is safe.
Brothers in the same city.
Yeah, because they live I live very close to the stadium, so it's just 10 minutes walk.
Okay.
It's your stadium. Thank you very much, guys.
Right.
Take care.
It's also
all right. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jerry, let me quickly just say something about this Ahmed Musa thing. Right. After the '98 World Cup Nigeria-Denmark game, the FA chairman of the Danish football was asked a question about why is it that then they have the Sand brothers as the leading figure of the Danish national team. So why is it that you have the Sand brothers as this number of these two guys are always they are key players, and they always start the game for the Danish national. And he said something. He said, if we have 11 Sand brothers alone that are good enough to start for the Danish national team, they will start. This is going back to what he just said about quota system and how every slot has to be allocated geopolitically or tribally or whatever, so that it can actually reflect federal character in Nigerian football. It's so sad that we're actually going through this route, and it's actually hurting our football.
All right, okay. Let's see how that pans out. I would have loved to ask Ade what he thinks about tonight's game against Real Madrid in the Champions League, because time is really fast spent. Okay, we have to talk about the FA Cup 5th round. We also saw Crystal Palace making it through to the 5th round, and the draws have been done. Okay, and the legend-killing Plymouth will travel to Manchester City in the FA Cup 5th round as the Championship strugglers landed a dream draw to follow their stunning win against Liverpool. Okay, and of course, I know that Man City will not take them lightly going into this one, and of course, we say fry pan to fire. They're going to the Etihad this time. They're not going to be playing at home, and I know City is not going to take them for a joke with what they did to Liverpool.
Well, I'm not going to use what they did to Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool is not a team I want to look at and say, I don't expect them to be beaten by, Plymouth. But then, looking at this fixture,
it's going to do hotel tire. This is your hotel. It will land you in trouble. Just continue. Continue. Keep it up. Keep it tempo.
I mean, when a team is in form, you say they are in form. Liverpool is in good form, but it does not mean they have the class. They say class is permanent, form is temporary. And that's exactly what's happened in that particular fixture against Plymouth. Plymouth actually showed that they have what it takes to actually match that Liverpool side, and they actually dispatched them. He asked me the color of the jersey they put on. I mean, they put on the Liverpool jersey. Who is on the bench for them? It's Annan Slot. That's the Liverpool first team, and they actually lost to Plymouth. So now against Manchester City will hold no grudge against Plymouth, because they know that this is a fixture that they need to actually show the world that they have what it takes to actually be champions of England again.
So they have to show Plymouth. They have to prove Plymouth.
No, they are going through. Like I said earlier, they're going through mental breakdown.
Okay.
And they need this sort of games to actually boost them back. FA Cup is not a big trophy in terms of the prize money in England, but when it comes to culture and the nature of the trophy, it's actually the biggest in England. So it comes with a lot of value that this team, Manchester City, will actually be looking at winning again. At least they need something, to actually because we might. I mean, to be very honest, the league is almost away from them at this point. So they need something in England to actually show that, yes, we're still very much here, even though we had a bad season. And this is just a trophy. I see them actually winning at the end of the season. So starting from this particular game, this team...
What happens to the right of Manchester United? Man United is still there.
We are discussing the FA Cup fixtures, Plymouth versus Manchester City. And the Manchester United...
say is for the titles from Man City already. United, this is the only way...
United will win their Europa Cup game. That Europa Cup.
They'll win the Europa Cup title.
Yes, and
then make it to Champions League.
Yes, exactly. That's what
from 13th position.
It doesn't change anything.
Anyway, Maiwa, Wuru FC will always want to make it Wuru to the answer. But don't worry, this is going to shock you. Your number 13 is what you will use as expectation for anything.
United will win the Europa League. Go and write it down somewhere. Arsenal will win the Premier League.
Stop deceiving yourself.
Liverpool is going to win the Carabao Cup.
And that's how the season will be. See, all these your permutations.
It's not permutation. I told you before you play.
Go and let a book take you seriously and put
this 4th round game. I told you that you are going to lose the FA Cup game. You're not going. I told you you're not going to win the FA Cup.
When he said it, he said we are going to lose to Tottenham. What happened?
No, Tottenham is not an FA Cup game now.
No, the Carabao Cup. You say we are going to lose to Tottenham.
No, I said that's the trophy you win. How am I going to say?
Don't whine yourself. Don't whine yourself. You said Liverpool was going to lose to Plymouth with your full chest. Why did you put your money on Plymouth? August, don't whine yourself. We already know
I told you you're not winning the FA Cup. I told you you're not winning the FA Cup.
The FA Cup is not
I
my
said the
priority.
only trophy you
And
win
I
is the
told
Carabao
you-
Cup.
And I told you the FA Cup is
Will
not
be-
Liverpool's priority.
At the end of March, we'll have this conversation. I'll tell you, Jerry, I told you
That what?
the only trophy you win is the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
That's what I will remind you.
Congratulations.
Well, so far so good. Ikechukwu is might be on the right path. He said you were going to win Carabao
Man
Cup.
United
He
fans
said it.
on the right
And he
path.
said, no, I'm not supporting him. I'm not supporting his controversial
Congratulations.
stand. But I'm just saying, I'm just reiterating what he said.
Okay.
He said Carabao Cup will be the only cup. Every other competition you are in, you will be knocked out. And lo and behold, a 24th team in the championship knocked out, a high-flying Liverpool. I mean, which was not supposed to happen. But I mean, it has happened. And Ikechukwu, at least, he has 2/4 at the moment. So we cannot begin to fault what he's saying.
Okay.
2/4. Which one is the second one? Which one is the number 2?
The
The Carabao Cup, you're in the final
and,
now. That's
FA Cup,
2/4. I told you.
This guy thought for the two sides.
Yes, now.
See, double S sword is his definition. When he was saying Liverpool was going to win the Carabao Cup, he said, "Don't worry, Tottenham will shock you."
No.
He was trying to be on any side. So
Thank God, Mayowa, you heard me loud and clear.
Ikechukwu, you are in the wrong
remember
profession. You would have been a politician, so that we will bring you here as a politician, not as a sports analyst, so that we know your profession. Because now you have talked to a Nigerian politician overnight.
But I told you clearly that day that the only trophy you win is the Carabao Cup. I was clear.
You have left controversy now. You have become gone into politics. No worry. Let's talk about the Champions League. Okay, lots of games to look forward to, but definitely the biggest one will have to be the one between Real Madrid versus Manchester City. And the Real Madrid coach Carlo Ancelotti believes the winner of his side's Champions League playoff clash with Manchester City will be among the favourites to lift the trophy. And of course, Real and City are set to clash for the 4th consecutive season in Europe's elite club competition, with the first leg in Manchester on Tuesday. I think I want to disagree with Carlo Ancelotti. With the form of these two sides, they are no candidates of winning the Champions League season, except something exceptional happens for them. For Real, they're having an aging defense and a squad that is topsy-turvy at the moment. For Man City, I don't think this man is going to take one season to recover from the divorce and an aging squad without a Rodri. So I think Ancelotti is just trying to make it look like, okay, this game on a good day creates a lot of fears. But with what is happening to both sides at the moment, definitely anything that comes out of this game, they will have to see how far they can go. But winning it is going to be a difficult one, because the fear that people used to have for Manchester City has gone. The likes of Brentford will come into Etihad and feeling that they have a chance. Even Real at the moment, a lot of teams come to the Bernabeu right now knowing with that defense that they can also get a lot and get something.
I disagree with you. I'll tell you on 2 grounds. Right. The first is that between 2003 and 2007, AC Milan team got to the final 3 times, and they won 2 of those and lost 1 to Liverpool. Unfortunately, yes, that's very sad night in Istanbul, where Liverpool also struggled to make the top 4 in the Premier League that season, if you remember. So it tells you one thing: you don't need to be the best team in Europe to make the Champions League final or win it. In 2012, Chelsea won the Champions League, and everybody, in fact, some persons burnt candle for Chelsea to scale through that Barcelona and the Bayern Munich hurdle. In fact, Bayern Munich, if you remember that night, they lost a penalty in that game and they still lost. I mean, Chelsea also still lost the first penalty in the penalty shootout, yet they won that Champions League. Again, it proves that you don't have to be very good in the league to win a Champions League. It goes back to what I was saying, that the league is way stronger because you need to be competitive, you need to be informed, you need to be the best team to win the league. You don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League. You need 70% of luck, and if luck is going to be a criterion or a criteria to win the Champions League, then Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti has what it takes in terms of quality and experience
So
in
that
the
is the
squad.
same luck that Man United will use to win the Europa League.
You can say that.
Because they are
But I'm
not-
saying that.
they are not doing-
What I'm saying
Okay,
that.
I don't see the reason why you have confidence that
I'm
you use luck to
I
win
say you
Europa
can
League.
say that. I'm not the
I
one that
wish you
said
were the
it.
best.
I'm saying that when
No,
it comes,
you
when it
see, you are
comes,
the one who said they are quoting you that
when it comes
you
to
need luck
wait now,
to win Champions
wait now.
League.
When it comes to winning a
Leave it
championship,
to be luck.
when
Okay.
it comes to winning a championship
Okay.
in Europe,
Okay.
you require more luck than form.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Over the years, check it. Most of the teams that have won the Champions League, in fact, when Madrid were
When Chelsea beat Man City in the final, it was more of luck.
Man City was the best team in England that season, you know. So
Okay.
Chelsea was clearly the underdog going to that final.
Okay.
Again, in fact, that season, go watch that Champions League back again. You remember that Chelsea woke up during the course of that Champions League. After that Real Madrid game, people started seeing Chelsea as a team that can actually do the needful in the Champions League. The season Liverpool won, the season...
Beating Tottenham in the final was
this-
also luck for
Who?
Liverpool in 2018.
no, Liverpool was clearly better than Tottenham that season.
Okay. Even
Liverpool was clearly better than Tottenham in that.
Madrid, Bayern.
No, see, what I'm saying is this.
Why was Bayern not lucky?
No, let me explain something. Perhaps you didn't get me. I'm saying that you require more luck. Sometimes you can be the best team in the league and still the best team in Europe. Yes.
You know, it's okay.
Yes.
It's you know what the thing is that
But
everybody
see,
has
that
its
thing
own
that happens
role.
in Champions League that you don't have to be informed to go to the Champions League final.
Let-
It does not happen in league. Oh. You
Okay.
have to be informed from the beginning.
The season that Real Madrid I think it was Liverpool. They beat Liverpool twice.
Yes.
When it comes to the Champions League final. Yeah.
Yes.
When they met twice. So Liverpool were not lucky.
If you want that, if you see those games, especially the second one, Liverpool was by far the best side. Coutinho saved all kinds of. In fact, some balls that some of the balls.
Madrid were the lucky one.
Yes, now. If
With that score they had, they were still lucky.
Liverpool were in that game, Liverpool was by far better than Real Madrid.
Even the season that Luis Carlos was punching the
No,
bench
not Carriers. I'm talking about the second
final.
one. Yes, that second final. Liverpool was far better than Madrid in that final. See,
Okay.
sometimes you can be the best team in England and still the best team in Europe. Okay. But I'm saying that when it comes to the Champions League, you don't even, in most cases, or some cases rather, about 40 or 50% of the cases, let me put it that way, 50% of the cases, you don't have to be the best team in the league to win it. But to win the league, you have to be the absolute best team in that league to win the league.
Wow. Very interesting. Okay, Mario, I don't know whether you agree with him because I have every right to disagree with him that you need luck because he's already using that luck to pray for Manchester United that they will use luck to win the Europa League. I will hate to be the bringer of bad news, but I will surely tell you that luck will not write for you. Europa League doesn't need luck. You have to work hard for it. That's the Europa League. A small team can wake up and just beat you. That's how Europa League is.
Well, like they say, you have to make your luck. I mean, you have to put yourself in the position where luck will be able to shine on you. I mean, if you don't put yourself in that position, luck will not shine on you. Okay. In as much as yes, there might be some lucky situation. I don't think everything will be reliant on luck. And the reason is very simple. If you are good on that particular day, especially in the knockout phases, if you are good on the day, definitely you might take the day. Yes, there are some exceptions. There are some situations whereby you do all your best, and at the end of the day, you end up losing the game. Yes, it happened. 2002 World Cup, France-Senegal. France played all the games. Senegal had one chance, and that was the end of it. France played Senegal hands down. Yes, such situations happen. However, most of the time, if you are good on the day, especially in this knockout phase, you will definitely, go far. I mean, what Ancelotti has said, I don't think I want to agree. There are 8 teams ahead of them. If they were good enough, they would have finished first 8. I mean, when they were making that draw, nobody, no sport analyst or anybody that watches football would say, a Madrid or a Man City will probably finish out of the top 8. I mean, a whole lot of teams that you will not even, compare to Madrid are in the top 8. And as far as I'm concerned, those are the best 8 teams at the moment. Any other team from 9 to 24, they are below those teams. So for Ancelotti to say what he's saying, I think he's just dreaming. If they do well this round, probably maybe they qualify either of them. They might want to improve themselves and see if they can overcome any of those 8 teams. But saying if they qualify here, probably that might give them the opportunity to be able to take it. I don't think so. The other 8 teams, I don't think they will be sleeping. And I want to say something here, it might be controversial. I think one of the first 8 teams will probably take this year's Champions League. And that will be Liverpool, Arsenal, and the rest of them.
Liverpool cannot take it.
I'm not trying to make Jerry happy.
No, the thing is that
Liverpool
wins
the
Champions League.
But we have 8 top teams.
Liverpool already has 6 Champions League. So we are okay. We need 7.
Congratulations.
We are going for the 7.
Thank God you have 6.
So
but you cannot.
We cannot be talking to people who doesn't understand what it means to win 6 Champions League to tell us about Champions League. So leave us to discuss with the likes of AC Milan and Real Madrid on how winning Champions League looks like. So calm down. Ancelotti, if Ancelotti is talking now, okay, I will listen to him.
Ancelotti is the one talking, but you don't want to listen to him.
Yeah, I'm listening to him because we are still taking his conversation. We are deliberating on it because we are talking about somebody who is a multiple Champions League winner.
Exactly.
That is where we are talking about him. So, but if those who don't, who have not won it more than 3 times by fluke, by wuru to the answer, and they are talking to who have won it 6 times, okay, that's Ferguson era. Ferguson right now will be, he's already battling old age. Yeah, we are still talking anyway.
Well, you are right. That's 17 years ago. Man, you won it 17 years ago. So, I mean, somebody that won 17 years ago
has already started planning life and looking at the case. Yes, I will get married. So, Lamine Yamal is already destroying he was never born when he won the Champions League. Maybe. Okay. And
that's true.
He's already planning his life. He's making money.
How many years did it take you to win your first Premier League since 2019?
Well, we won the Premier League.
How many years did it take you to win that one before 2019?
Do you know that Manchester United has not won the current Premier League? This current Premier League.
Which one is current Premier League?
Let me not bring a Chelsea conversation here. Because it's easy for you to say when it was named the Premier League, you've not won it. You won it when it was called Barclays Premier League.
Barclays is just a sponsor.
Yes, that's so. So let me bring you that. So now they are calling it Premier League. Only Premier League. That is Premium Premier League. You have not won it. So just calm down. So Liverpool has won it when they constantly call it Premier League.
I don't understand.
That is the argument.
Which argument?
The Chelsea fans.
That's a newspaper stand argument.
Which is
Newspaper stand
what the Chelsea fans are telling us now.
No.
So no worry, because you don't have a Chelsea fan here. That is why because you are still having argument that you won how many Champions League, Premier League, 19 or 20. You are even bragging. No, when Chelsea fans come, they will tell you your history. Whether you won the current Premier League. It's not the last time you won it. It was called Barclays Premier League.
That's just a sponsor. Change of sponsor.
Okay. When it was called League Cup, they say Liverpool. A Chelsea fan was.
That one is different. And as at that time, when Liverpool.
Congratulations. Come into the conversation. Let me.
As at that time, we don't have the formation that we have today as the English Premier. When was that time? When was that time? When was the last time we won a league? Before
1990.
1990. Yeah. And that was and it was in 1992.
It was not called Premier League.
It was in 1992 that the league was rebranded. Yes.
Even at that time, the league had 24 teams.
That's what I'm saying. It was in 1992 that the league was rebranded with Sean Dyche and the like.
When Madrid won the Champions League, all those other ones they will cancel it because then it was only
we are not cancelling.
Four teams.
We are not cancelling what you've won.
No,
nobody's cancelling.
Those ones they are not Champions League.
We are not cancelling what you've won.
No, it was not called Champions League.
I cannot cancel what you've won. Why will I do that?
No, because the argument will not favor Man U because Man U also won during those times.
No. If we're looking at when they changed the name, we've won more than every other team in England.
Yes,
United have won more than every other team.
Yes, you
definitely.
You've not won when they called the Premier League.
What is Premier League? We're talking about
when they called it Premier League. It was called Barclays. So it was the Barclays Cup you won, not Premier League. The Premier League has changed now.
It was not called Barclays Cup. It was called Barclays Premier League.
Yes, Barclays Premier League. It was Barclays that
was sponsored. Just sponsored now.
Yes, they've changed it. There's a rebranding now.
There's no rebranding anything.
There's a rebranding why they are calling it Premier League. Just Premier League, no Barclays. So you won it last. Hey, it was called Barclays. So calm down. Anyway, the other fixtures look forward to. PSG takes on Brest, which is a very interesting fixture among two familiar foes when it comes to playing in the French league, and Juventus, who have called on their achievers They take on PSV Eindhoven. For the bookies, be very careful with Juve. PSV can even go away and pick this one. And for Celtic against Borussia Dortmund, that's also talking about Sporting Lisbon. I beg your pardon. Taking on Borussia Dortmund, that's another interesting fixture to look forward to. And we know that the man who replaced Ruben Amorim has been sacked, and the new setup is going to persecute this one against Borussia Dortmund. We're pressed for time. We have to go. This fixtures very interesting. The pick of the bunch.
Very interesting fixtures, I must say. I at the end of the day, maybe it's too early to call now, but at the end of the day, I think PSG will go, Man City will go, Juve will go, and then Borussia Dortmund will go.
All right, that's it. Mariwa?
The pick for me, apart from the big one, I think I'm looking at Sporting and Borussia Dortmund. Two of them just changed their coach recently. So I'm looking at the two underachievers. Let's see how they knock it out. So I'm looking forward to that particular game. I'm hoping, Sporting gives a good account of themselves. Let's see how they go. And let's see if they'll be able to make it to the next round.
All right, let's see if they will be able to make it to the next round. And of course, that's how we wrap it up for today's episode of The Locker Room on Voice of the People TV. Thanks, Maiwa, for being a part of the show this lovely evening. It's been amazing having your insights on the program.
It's always amazing to be here. And for the sake of my wife, I hope Man City takes it in. Thank you for having me.
All right, make sure you have your dinner before the match.
Yeah, I've already eaten.
All right, have a good one. Of course, Ikechukwu, that's awesome having you as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jerry, and I'm looking forward to a night of exciting football.
All right, of course, big thanks to the guys behind the scene, talking about the lives of Shegun, not leaving out Samuel, as well as Jeremiah and Ikechukwu. Okay, make sure to drop your thoughts in the comment section. And who do you think will come out on top tonight between Manchester City and Real Madrid? And of course, you can also talk about the Ahmed Musa'S story and the NFF saying that they have no hands in involving him in the Super Eagles. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another exciting edition of The Locker Room. I want to say big thanks to Taurid and Ade for calling in from Manchester and Chicago on the show. We always would like to hear from you anytime, any day. Until next time, stay passionate, stay informed, and as always, keep the football alive. My name is Jerry Apelohai. See you next time.